I'm getting ready to leave, but I'm going to take a minute here to make this video real quick. I put a picture. These are not up for sale. I put a picture of these Strider knives on my Instagram page and my Facebook page. And like every year, and it's every year because we get knives from Strider maybe once a year, maybe sometimes a little more frequently. But with everything going on, shows closed down, they are selling everything they can possibly make direct to consumer because guys are hungry. People are bored. People are spending money. People are hustling and have a lot of time. And everybody I know is making a lot of money. But when I post these photos, guys come on and lose their ever fucking minds. And it's always a dude that you've never seen comment on my Facebook page. The page that I have maintained and had for 15 years, Instagram and Facebook. 750,000 followers on Facebook, 50,000 on Instagram, a few 25,000 on YouTube. None of those numbers have grown in the last 4 years because we're shadow banned. But even with that, the people that are there put themselves there. We didn't buy any likes. We didn't buy any customers. 40,000 people on an email list. You have to push the button 3 times, answer a question to get on there. We've never merged it. We've never done anything. Those are qualified customers. Most of those people that interact on my live video every night, those are customers who have bought multiple times. Those are qualified customers. People show up taking an issue with a $2,000 knife. I don't care that you're not going to buy this knife. You couldn't buy this knife if it literally involved saving your life. If you were going to die tomorrow, if you didn't buy that knife, you would be dead in the morning. Because I'm not trying to sell these knives. I have a list of 100 customers that will buy these knives for even more than $2,000. I have a list of 100 customers who have already bought the previous knives from us that would snatch every one of those up. I put that stuff, excuse me, I put that stuff on Instagram and Facebook because I know these little fucking mongrels are gonna show up. And if you look at the people talking the shit, they're the white shoes from Walmart, they're the beat up Chevy truck. I don't have a problem with that. I was that guy, but I didn't stay that guy. Do you know when you go to the mall, and there's usually a mall on one side of the street and there's another mall on the other side of the street? Or you go to the mall and you don't go to that other mall because that mall's a ripoff. That mall's so overpriced. That's what you're doing right now. You just stepped into a fucking world that you didn't know existed. I don't care that you don't buy a $2,000 knife. I have $10,000 knives. I don't care that you don't buy a $400, $500, $600 knife. I don't care. You inserted yourself into the conversation with men who are already into that. Just like there's guys that build fucking model airplanes that cost fucking $5,000, $10,000 for a model fucking airplane that if I flew that fucking thing, it's a beautiful piece of work. The craftsmanship they put into building these is absolutely amazing. I would wreck that plane the first 30 seconds I had it in the air. It's just a world that's not for you. These couches sitting right here. I'll bet you don't have a $10,000 couch in your fucking house either. But you're not gonna walk into Restoration Hardware off the street, getting out of your beat up ass car and walk in there and tell them that their fucking couches and all their furniture, they got drapes in that motherfucker cost $5,000 for one window. It's just a world you don't belong in. And that's okay. That's okay. We're not over at your house knocking on your door telling you you're a piece of shit because you only have a $100 knife. I did a live feed video last night and somebody asked me what knife they should get. And I talked about it for about 10 minutes. You should buy the knife that when you put it in your hand, you are happy about it. You feel good about that purchase. If it's a $100 knife, if it's a $50 knife, a $30 knife is going to open your envelope just as well as a $2,000 knife. A $50 watch is going to tell time just as good as a $50,000 watch. In some cases, better. You don't buy the $50,000 watch to tell time on. I wear a lot of different watches. I have a habit, when I tell time, I still pull this out. I'm not wearing the watch to tell time. I'm not wearing the $2,000, and $2,000 is a low price point. It's a low price point. That's not what it's for. You don't understand it. Nobody's going to explain it to you because you came in with a shitty attitude. your first comment, and there's dozens of them. A lot of the guys, while I did a live video last night, deleted their comments. I'm guessing they just got tired of fucking getting the notification bell when people replied to them. Some of the most rabid, crazy ones deleted their own shit. But when I woke up this morning, there are over 300 comments on that. It's a picture that looks just like this. You can go find it. It's on Instagram. It's on Facebook. Those guys are never going to walk up at a knife show and talk shit. Most of them are never going to be at a higher end knife show because they just can't afford to travel to the show. But that's the same thing. You're walking around, you just pulled up in your beat ass car into the mall, and there's some dude in there with a fucking Ferrari and you're talking shit about him. He doesn't know you exist. His time to stop and have a 5-minute, even pleasant conversation with you, the time it would cost him while he stands there, because everything men like that do costs money. You look at everything in time. Well, I could drywall my house and I could paint my walls. Not if you paid yourself your hourly wage. Hell, half those jobs you couldn't do if you paid yourself minimum wage. For him to stand and have a conversation, a pleasant conversation with you for 5 minutes costs more than you make in an entire week, and you don't understand that. But you're busy yipping your mouth. And the reason you don't understand that in your position in life is because of you. It is your attitude. Every problem you have, 95% of them are caused because of you. 5% of them are not your fault, but you are involved in 100% of all of your problems. It is your attitude. It is the way you look at things. Rather than trying to figure it out or build an appreciation for it, or just stay clear of it altogether, imagine the time. I made this post last night, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 o'clock. I was sewing, I was working. Friday night, everybody left here. Amanda did haircuts for several of the guys. I sat down on a sewing machine when the last dude left and did my craft. I worked. I put a video on, as I do most Friday nights, to show proof that I tell guys, when guys ask, how do you do this? How did you build this? I did it with my hands. I did it with repetitiveness and work. I sit down and show people that on Friday night and Saturday night and Sunday night, when everybody's out or watching TV or playing video games or doing whatever they're doing, I'm sitting in this sewing machine in this room here, working. I work. I love to work. That's why I do it. And I ended up talking and I started doing the video. So 7:30 I put that up. When I went to bed last night, when I got in bed and actually turned the lights off at 1:30 in the morning, the comments were still going. I turned my phone down because there were so many comments. It kept chiming. I got up this morning, got a bunch of shit done. When I finally looked at that video post an hour ago, it's 2 o'clock right now, I think. So 1 o'clock. It's still going. There's 300 comments on there. And you know what it is? It's the same dudes who from 7 o'clock last night when I posted the video, all through the night, they haven't slept. And most of it's alcohol related. But imagine what you could do if you used that time that you're angry or upset or just being a fucking piece of shit. Imagine if you used that to make your position in life better. To help your family, to help your kids, to help your future. I do shit right now for kids that haven't even been born. I am doing shit right now for grandkids. And there's a common theme with all the guys that you see us run with. It's the same thing. If you put your time into shit that made you better, you wouldn't be worse. We don't care that you're not buying these knives. Don't give a breath about it. You can't buy these. That's what you don't understand. And dudes are commenting, well, if he'd just answer my question why these knives are so expensive and not be mean to me, I wasn't mean to you. I wasn't mean to you. I didn't say shit to you until you started. I don't need to explain it to you. There's nothing that happens on my social media where I am trying to get you to buy it. I have a mile-long list of customers trying to buy it for the last year. I sell it to the ones I like. You're not there. You're not on that list. I don't know what to tell you. But you are beneficial because when you do this, you make posts and you up my algorithm and everyone on your friends list now sees my videos and my stuff. That's why I do it. I sell them other things. Guys, have a good weekend. Use your time. I have to go get out in the rain now, feed some animals, and then I'm going to have sushi with my $2,000 knife.